That's action.
Hi guys, welcome back to CJ's Keto Kitchen. My name is Sarah. If you are looking for home-style recipes made ketogenic, then you've come to the right channel. Tonight I am going to be making an Outback favorite, and it is going to be Alice Springs chicken. So come along with me and let's get started.
And your wallet.
Nick, give him your wallet.
What for?
He's got a knife.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
So our oldest daughter, Izzy, had her birthday a couple of weeks ago, and she requested to go to Outback restaurant for her birthday. And I remember that we had made an Alice Springs recipe, which is one of their dishes there many years ago, and I thought that I would update it and make it for you tonight. So Alice Springs is a real place in the Northern Territory of Australia, but the Outback restaurant is a strictly American establishment. So if you're from Australia, of course, you don't have to think this is truly Australian. And if you're American and you think it really is Australian, I can't help you there either. But it is a delicious chicken dish, and I've made it ketogenic. Let me show you what you're going to need. You're going to need to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. So you are going to need 2 pounds of chicken. I am using chicken thighs, and I have already seared mine on both sides to save time. You could use breast if you wanted to, but I prefer the chicken thigh. Okay, let me show you what else you're going to need. I'm going to be seasoning with all-purpose seasoning and also garlic powder. I'm going to be using mushrooms. I happen to be using shimiji because I like wood mushrooms versus earth-grown mushrooms, but of course you can use any kind of mushroom that you would like. I have about 8 ounces here. I have about 3/4 of a cup of bacon crumbles. They're already cooked and crumbled up. So the Alice Springs chicken is something that has kind of a honey mustard sauce, and it's cooked in that sauce. And so we're going to be creating that with about 1/2 cup of mayonnaise. And I'm going to be squeezing in some Dijon mustard, probably about 1/4 cup. I also have 1/4 cup of sugar-free honey. This one is harmless honey from Payur, but of course you can, I know that Chalk Zero makes one. Several companies make sugar-free honey versions now. So, and you wouldn't have to put this in if you didn't want to. You could squeeze a little bit of Splenda or some other kind of sweetener if you didn't care about the honey flavor. And lastly, you're going to need about 8 ounces of freshly grated cheese. Here I am using Colby Jack, but you could use any kind of cheese that you want. In the Outback restaurant recipe, it is Colby Jack though. All right, let's get started. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make the sauce that is going to go over our chicken thighs. So to make our sauce, I'm going to be using the mayonnaise and the mustard and the honey. Okay, so I'm going to squeeze in the Dijon to approximate about 1/4 cup. And then the sugar-free honey. And once again, this is a completely optional item. If you didn't want to put that in, you wouldn't have to. But if you wanted a little bit of sweetness, you could just use some kind of natural sweetener. And I'm going to go ahead and whisk this all together. And so you're making kind of a honey mustard mayonnaise sauce. And this is going to go over our chicken before we add our other ingredients. Okay, so that is all combined. So I have made a little extra sauce ahead of time that I am setting aside for serving. And I do recommend that if you want a little bit left over to serve when it's actually cooked. CJ liked it that way. So once again, I already have seared my chicken. If you are using breast, that's absolutely fine too, but I would recommend slicing them very thinly before you sear them, because this is only going to cook for about 30 minutes. So you want to have mostly cooked your chicken, and that's what I did by searing here. And I have left all the juices in the bottom of the pan. So I'm simply going to take the sauce that we created and just pour it over our chicken. trying to get it on every piece. Okay, so now all of our chicken is covered with sauce. The next thing that I'm going to put on is the bacon crumbles. You could do strips of bacon if you preferred, but this way, already crumbled up, you get bacon and more bites, in my opinion. I'm going to go ahead and season at this point with just a little bit of all-purpose seasoning and some garlic powder. Next, I'm going to go ahead and put the mushrooms in. I've already sauteed these. And then lastly, we are going to go ahead and sprinkle with our cheese that we grated. Actually, my daughter grated. And this is going to get all golden and bubbly in the oven at 350 for about 30 minutes. All right. Now, if you didn't have an oven-proof skillet that you wanted to use, like I'm using, you could, of course, transfer your chicken into a baking dish and then put your other ingredients in that way if you prefer. Okay, it's ready to come out of the oven. And she looks beautiful.
It's on.
I'm going to give my standard PSA. This needs to sit for a few minutes before you dig into it.
You want to say something?
No, I'm going to serve it. It's nice and juicy with our sauce. It's got a lot of cheese pull. Okay, there it is, Alice Springs chicken.
That's not in my contract, mixing it up.
All right, here is the Alice Springs chicken, and the anti-mixologist is going to taste it.
I'm not anti-mixologist. I want you to follow the pattern you do for the last 8 years.
You're a geezer.
All right, so yes, but you know what's missing?
What?
My extra sauce.
I will get it for you. I want you to take a bite without the extra sauce first, though,
Yeah.
for the people.
All right, so I will say that you offered to cut a piece for me, so I wouldn't have to do that. But the chicken thigh seems like it's more tender than the breast.
Yes.
For some reason. I'm not sure. Never know why.
I think it's got more fat because it's dark meat. Yeah, it's usually juicier.
It's good flavor. Got some sweetness, but it's not overpowering. I think these mushrooms work better than the previous mushrooms that we were using, which were shiitakes. These
the beach mushrooms have
the
milder flavor.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is a milder flavored mushroom. I still think I would like some sauce.
Okay.
Extra sauce on it.
Okay.
That's just me though. Probably because I grew up eating gravy on everything. Yeah. So everything you had gravy. Mm-hmm. Breakfast you had gravy.
Dinner had gravy.
Dessert had gravy. Everything had gravy. So, but no, it is really good. It's tender. And again, it's not overly sweet at all. So, I mean, I saw the puree honey.
It was a very small amount
that you put in there. And
yeah.
I mean, I can taste a little bit of it, but it's not overwhelming at all. So, good job, baby.
Thanks.
Are you going to get my sauce?
I guess. You're going to take some flack for that behavior.
What behavior?
Are you going to get my sauce?
Well, you got the camera. I thought you were going to get it and put it so we could put it on.
Do you want some on?
Yeah. I don't remember what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about it because I want you to fetch my sauce.
Oh, you better not want me to fetch your sauce.
I just want. You talked about the sauce earlier.
Yes, put some on.
So it has nothing to do if I want you to go and run and get my sauce, little woman.
All right, there. You've sauced.
Yes, I've sauced.
You're saucy.
So anyway, that's just a personal preference. The extra sauce. This time it actually feels like, your other version that you made a couple of weeks ago. This seems like it's juicier for some reason. I'm not really sure what that's all about.
I do. The version I made before, I actually marinated the thighs and I cooked them. This, they just got cooked and the sauce got put on top. So I think it got cooked in actual more sauce than the first version I did.
Okay, yeah, because actually maybe I don't even need the extra sauce.
That's what I was thinking.
This time.
That's why I didn't give it to you, is because it did look juicier.
Oh yeah, this is way juicier.
Yeah.
Than the
So
version you
it
made
cooked in more sauce, I think, is, yeah.
But I still think the sauce adds something.
Yes, if you like it saucy.
Yeah. And I like it saucy.
Yes, that's why you married me. I'm saucy.
You're saucy?
Yeah.
Not spicy?
My sauce is spicy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good job, baby. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.